Right, here comes the prediction segment for League One. Right, I'm going to throw to you, Seb, because over on the Benjamin Bloom football channel, it's a midweek round in the Championship. My brain hurts. I've done a round of Premier League predictions and a round of Championship predictions in the last 2 days. So I'm going to have to do this on the fly. So do you want to take over with the predictions and tell us how this is going to work?
I can do, yeah. So for the regular viewers, as you know, the host will predict what he thinks the score is going to be. The contributor will predict what he thinks the scores are going to be. And then after the event next week, we'll discuss how they got on. Have you got the screenshot from last week to see how me and Rich went against each other with the week 3 ones? I think it was quite tight last week, if I remember correctly. And I think overall, I think I'm starting to close the gap a little bit against him. So yeah, there you go. That's the overall score. So he's 2 rounds up. I'm 7 points behind. Sorry, the contributor is 7 points behind the host. So what I really need from you right here, Ben, to really annoy him.
Richard.
Yeah. So if we can have loads of 7-all draws, 9-5 defeats for the underdogs and stuff, that would be great going into next week. Now we'll do it fairly because I'll never hear the end of it.
I've got my pride. I know what the YouTube comments are like as well. So yeah, I will do this properly. Right. So, should we work our way down the card then? Seb, Barnsley, Wycombe, what say you?
So I've gone for a 1-0 Barnsley win. Wycombe have lost 3 on the bounce, so they're not in a great run of form at the moment. Barnsley are inconsistent, 2 wins and 2 draws, but given Wycombe's run and the fact Barnsley are at home, I've gone for a 1-0 win, and I'm going to be going to predict either Luke Thomas or James Norwood to get the winning goal in advance of the return next week against us at Portman Road.
Right, I'm box office. I'm here for the controversy. Wycombe have signed a keeper today. I think we'll see Alfie Mawson as well for the first time. So I'm going for a Wycombe clean sheet here. I don't think Mike Duff's got totally going at Barnsley yet. So let's flip your score, Seb, just to make life awkward. And I'll go for a 1-0 Wycombe away win. Bolton Wednesday. That's quite a nice fixture for us, isn't it?
Yeah, I didn't realise Wednesday have had a really tough start to the season. They've had Portsmouth, they've had Peterborough, now they've got Bolton. You know, it's been a tough old start for them so far. They don't look to be that kind of settled. Did you see the substitution in midweek when Byers went off and he's kicking off at either their assistant manager or their first team coach? No. Yeah, not a happy place at the moment. So I've gone for a 1-1 draw. Bolton are unbeaten with 2 wins and 2 draws so far this season. Sheffield Wednesday are stuttering, but like I said, they've had a really tough start with MK, Pompey and Peterborough, Charlton in there as well. So I'm going to go for a diplomatic 1-1 draw, which I think both sides would probably take at this stage, just to kind of stop the rot a little bit for Sheffield Wednesday and give them a decent platform to push forward with.
I just like the Wednesday star power, Seb. I'm going to add 1 goal onto yours. I'm going to have 2-1 Sheffield Wednesday. I often try and predict what I don't want to happen.
That game was close in the Telegram group as well. 49% of the Telegram group went for a draw as well. So that was a bit of a tough one. I think a lot of people are expecting the points to be shared there.
Oh, Burton Port Vale. That's interesting because Port Vale haven't quite got a foothold in the division yet. And I think most of us probably think if Burton can bring the level of intensity that they did against us, they should be able to beat last year's League 2 playoff winners, Port Vale, right?
And that's what I've gone for based on, how Burton played and how they kind of, got in our faces and were unlucky with the chances they created. I've gone for a 1-0. I don't think it'd be a classic. I've gone for a 1-0 Burton win. Port Vale haven't won since the opening day of the season, but I think Burton showed enough against us to show they will start to pick up some points. And Telegram, again, agrees with me. It's gone for 72% of the Telegram group have gone for a home win in that one as well.
I'll go for it, but I'll go for a different scoreline then. Ellis Harrison in at Port Vale as well.
He scored, didn't he? He scored in midweek.
Did he?
Yeah, I think so.
I'll go 2-1 then. We will assume Harrison. So I'll go 2-1 Burton and we'll assume Harrison's going to score. Charlton v the massive nuisance that is Cambridge.
Well, Charlton will be flying because they battered Plymouth 5-1 on Tuesday night. James Wilson was sent off for a deliberate handball for the second goal for a penalty in the first half. So they'll be really, really confident. Cambridge have been inconsistent, 2 wins, 2 draws, and they were well beaten 4-1 by Colby Bishop and Pompey on Tuesday night. So I've gone for a Charlton win. I'm going to go for a 2-1. And the Telegram group does agree with me again. 70% of the Telegram group thinks that'll be the home victory will be the result there.
Yeah, I think it'll be tight just because Cambridge are Cambridge, but I'm quite high on Charlton with Ben Garner. So I'll go, I'm trying to get all different scorelines to you, so I'll go for 2-0 and Harvey Nibbs apparently linked with MK as well from Cambridge. I saw on Twitter before I came on here. Exeter versus Cheltenham. Exeter have started well, haven't they?
Flying high, aren't they? Yeah, started really, really well. 5th in the table. Cheltenham haven't picked up a win yet, only 1 point. So I can't see past a pretty comfortable home victory. I've gone for a 2-0. I think Exeter will win that one quite comfortably. Cheltenham haven't got going yet. Obviously, it's a big transition season for them, having lost, a couple of the players and Duff going off to Barnsley. So I think Exeter will continue their good start with that one and win that one fairly comfortably.
Can I put the same scoreline as you?
Yeah, of course you can.
Yeah, I'll go with the 2-0. I completely buy your logic on that one, Seb. Fleetwood versus Derby.
So Fleetwood have drawn their last 2. Derby drew with Shrewsbury, like we mentioned in midweek, but probably should have won based on the possession and stuff they had. I'm going to go for a sneaky 1-0 victory to Derby here. I just think
the old big club away win, yeah.
Yeah, I just think they've got, they've got players who can produce when it matters. I've said it before. Hurahan is a bit of a cheat code at this kind of level and stuff. McGoldrick's fit now and coming off the bench. Collins will always look to get you goals and stuff. So I can see them winning that one, and that's what I've gone for.
I'll go for it. Are they signed Cole Stockton yet, or did nothing?
No, he was left out, wasn't he? They played each other last weekend. He was left out.
He phoned in sick, right?
Yeah, I think they said illness, but nothing's come of it yet. Whether or not he'll be back, I don't know. Very strange move that to go from Morecambe to Fleetwood. I mean, I think point?
Fleetwood have started paying quite well again, from what I hear. So
okay, fair enough.
After some worries with Mr. Pilley. I will go for Fleetwood to equalise then. So I'll go for your logic, but then I'll go for a 1-1 draw in that one. Forest Green versus Plymouth. And we think Plymouth are better at home than they are away from home, yes?
Yeah, stuttering a bit on the road, aren't they? And Forest Green didn't play in midweek. The game was called off quite late on, I think. I think they had Accrington, and it was called off quite late on due to a waterlogged pitch. So they had a free midweek. So I've gone for a diplomatic draw in this one. Forest Green were decent when we played them there. Plymouth are a good side, but they are stuttering a little bit away from home. But they have got quality in the side to kind of turn those things around. So I've gone for a 1-1 there. What did Telegram think? Telegram thinks a draw, 42%. Was the most likely outcome as well, so they kind of agree with me on that one.
I think I'm higher on Plymouth. I'll back Plymouth on this one, and they can get their away form going off the back of this prediction. Hey, how self-important I am. Let's go 2-0 Plymouth. I like Mumba. No, he plays for Norwich. I'm not allowed to like him, am I? Azaz and Hardy and Jeffcott and all those boys. Hey, MK versus Accrington. I suppose on hashtag Clash of Styles.
Very much so. And MK are up and running now, aren't they? They picked up their first points last weekend. So I've gone for another home win here. 2-0, I think it will be. Accrington, however, are unbeaten this season. They've only played 3 games, but they're doing okay this year. But I just think MK might start to hit their groove a little bit now. And being at home, I think they'll win that one pretty comfortably.
Agreed. I'll go 3-1 to the Dons. Oxford versus Morecambe. Controversial. I can see your prediction here. What's you thinking behind that one?
Well, I've gone for a 0-0 because
they can't score.
Yeah, they've only scored 2 so far this season. Morecambe have only scored 1 so far this season. Oxford have lost their last 2, so they're not in great form. Morecambe haven't won yet. So when I saw all that kind of stuff, I logically thought that a 0-0 was the most likely outcome. I was, however, very much disagree with on Telegram that 82% of them went for a home win. So I'm very much in the minority with that one.
I'm glad that's affirmed it to me. Then I'll back Oxford there. I'll go low scoring. I'll go 1-0 for that one. Posh versus Lincoln. I might be able to get my big score line in here now.
This is the absolute home banker from the Telegram group, even more than the Ipswich game. So this is a 91% chance of a home win, and that's what I've gone for. I think they will go back to their average of 3 goals a game like they did for the first 2 or 3 games of the season. I've gone for a 3-1. Lincoln got their first win of the season on Tuesday against Oxford, but Peterborough at home with the quality of players, with Clark Harris, with Taylor. I know they've lost Schmodic, Jack Marriott. They're going to be there or thereabouts, to quote Mr. Diamond, at the end of the season. So I can only see a Peterborough win here, and I think it'll be by a few goals. So I'm going to go for a 3-1, pretty comfortable.
Yeah, I want to have a silly prediction in here, but which will annoy Richard, won't it? So all the more fun for it. I'll go for a 4-0 then. Just Peterborough to completely beat up poor old Mark Kennedy and Lincoln, and I'll get in trouble for doing that because I'm defending his honour here, aren't I? Pompey versus Bristol Rovers.
Pompey 2-0 for me. They've started the season really, really well. Unbeaten, 2 wins and 2 draws. They've scored 9 goals so far this season, and Colby Bishop's really hit the ground running with 4, hasn't he? So I can't see anything past them winning. Bristol Rovers started okay, but surely Pompey at home with the form they're in, the goals they've got in the side, I think they'll win that one pretty comfortably.
Yeah, you make a solid case. Surely Marquis will score if he's going back to Pompey. I think they got goals in Bristol Rovers, but I'll stick 1 goal in for Bristol Rovers and copy your scoreline, and I'll go 2-1 to Pompey, which leaves us with Shrewsbury versus Ipswich.
So the overall favourite in the Telegram group is an away win with 74%. That's what I've gone for.
Well, blow me down with a feather, hey?
I'm going to be. Somebody. I think there was like 3% voted for a home win. So I'm not sure who that was, but I'll be confident as well. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win. I think we've got the quality to undo them, and hopefully if we can score relatively early on, like we did against MK, hopefully we'll open up the game a little bit. If it's one of those games, isn't it, where if it gets to half time, gets to 60 minutes, and they're just playing deep and organised, and we're not getting much space, it might be a bit of a frustrating one. But I'm going to go for a goal in the first half and then a goal in the last 10 minutes to really kill the game off. 2-0.
Yeah, I'm going to remove all logic and use my heart instead of my head and say what I hope is going to happen, not what I expect to happen. So I'll go for a 2-1. I think Shrewsbury can score past us, but hopefully we'll maybe a similar pattern to the Forest Green game, but be really great to get onto 13 points so early in the season.